Hi Tom, I'm back in the Hoard and I'm tired. We're working in the yard all morning, putting plants in for my wife, and then we went on a bike ride and I'm worn out. But I'm committed to this process. I want to get this done, and to do that I'm going to need to be consistent. So today the principle I'm going to focus on is making time to tidy. After I rearranged stuff last week, it kind of left things in a bit of disarray. So it's a little bit messy. That sounds funny, saying that the Hoard looks messy, because it is kind of a big mess in itself. But I want to tidy up, especially these spaces that I've cleared out. I want to make sure that they're neater than they are now. So I'm going to start to put some of these things where they belong, and that may be in the recycling pile. The reality is I need to start getting rid of some things as well. So part of the problem with my clutter is that I don't have a place for things. I don't have an organization system. So what I want to do today as I tidy up is create places for stuff to belong. Got a spot under the perch over here that is a great place to store things, supplies, and then I've got, of course, catch-all corner over there. I'm gonna put some stuff back there as well. And then if I can't figure out a place for something, it's gonna go in the trash or get recycled. So let's do it. The local music venue is back in action. Yeah, and my son's also power washing, so that's the cacophony. That's one way to do it, Trevor. I admire the kids' ingenuity. By the way, I had this really cool overhead drone shot planned where it was gonna hover over me for 20 minutes while I cleaned up this space and provide this cool bird's eye view, and well, then this happened. Let's just say I have to look at the screen on the drone with this, but I can't see it in the air with these readers on. So I was switching from my readers to my eyes right about the time I ran into that branch and it crashed. So the camera's messed up, but I think it's just the gimbal. I'm going to buy one on eBay, see if I can't fix that. In last week's video, I focused on the two principles of arraying the disarray and consolidate and classify. Oh, and always spell check. Here's a good example of sort of classifying materials. So I've got this silt fence, which is actually a great material to reuse for different things. It's durable, but it's got this mesh, plastic mesh backing on it, which has its own use. Combined, they do a good job of being a silt fence, but I think they're better separated in my case. So, and realistically, I might just get rid of this mesh. It could probably be recycled with my grocery bags. I need to check, see if I can't figure out what polymer it is, or it could go into a mixed bale at the Center for Hard to Recycle Materials. So anyway, I'm gonna keep the silt fence and get rid of the mesh. But if you have any ideas for the mesh, let me know. The silt fence is held to these oak posts with 1-inch staples. And the easiest way to get it off is to just slice along the staple, kind of forming a slit that matches the staple, and you pull it right off. It's a whole lot easier than tearing the staples out. If you watched my keyhole garden video, I used this to wrap the garden. So that's a great use for something like silt fence, which will stand up to all kinds of moisture and soil, doing what it's designed to do, hold back earth. So anyway, it's looking like rain, I better hurry. So got a ton of galvanized roofing about this size. Some of this I have in mind for birdhouse roofs. I also want to use some of it for my solar kiln and my dad's, which he's really excited about, by the way. I'm actually going to stack this on the roof of the cob oven. There's a galvanized roof up there, same dimensions as this. It'll be a good spot to store it out of the way until I know what I'm going to use and what I'm not. Stuff like this is gonna go on the heat shield behind rocket stove row. So I need to protect those pallets from the heat, and this will be perfect for that.
Hi-ho, neighbor.
Well, hey, Gary.
I hear you providing percussion or something over here. To the music we're hearing from downtown.
Yeah, I have accompaniment today. But yeah, just some galvanized roofing. You want any?
I could probably use a couple of pieces, yeah.
I got 2 half sheets that might be what you need.
Oh, that should be super.
Let me show you what I got.
Yeah.
2 like that?
Probably. I think that'll do the job.
So giving stuff away can make you happy too. So to the community or to a reuse center or just to a neighbor across the fence, what a great way to reduce your hoard. And I know he's gonna use it well. In fact, he's gonna make a roof behind a little section of wall that he made from pallets that came from this hoard as well. So happy to help him continue that project. and it's gonna help me get rid of some stuff. Thumbs up. A long skinny piece like this is kind of difficult to use, but I've actually got a couple of leaks in the shed roof that I think are because I've got it patched together. So I'm gonna toss 2 of these long pieces up on the roof so that I can see if I can't patch those holes by longer runs of roofing. If I'm not sure what to do with a piece of wood, right now it's gonna go in the firewood pile. But I've been pulling stuff out of that for projects when I think of it. So for now, the firewood pile is the place for this, for storage, until I use it or I burn it. I'm using all this pressure treated stuff to make a railing for the edge of the perch. So this gets stockpiled on the perch. Catch-all corner. These are part of the brick making operation, so they're gonna go to the brick making operation. I'm gonna stage this zip over by my solar kiln build location. I had a comment that suggested that things go vertical. In other words, make my piles taller versus having stuff strewn about horizontally. So I'm moving the windows and the screens to the big pile, as well as the foam, which should go with the other foam, because like with like. So the last thing I'm gonna do today is tidy up the area behind the sailboat there. And yeah, I know you have that sinking feeling. Yes, that is a sink. But it's not a kitchen sink, it's a laundry room sink, so it's different. I'm actually gonna have an outdoor wash station that I use rainwater to wash my hands and other things, water plants and such, and I'm gonna use it for that. the dimensional lumber is going to go into the big pile, and for now the longer pieces of PVC pipe are going to go up on the roof of the shed. The kitchen sink is going to go in its approximate location. And all of that small trim and rustic lumber on the top of the sailboat is going to be used for picture frames and such. So I'm going to move that into the garage. That is what I'm talking about. I can feel the momentum. I've taken back some serious territory. I've got like with like. I know where everything is. It's still a little messy underneath the perch here, but I'll tidy that up. But I've got materials I can work with. So I went vertical. What I feel like I'm doing is I'm creating a path to peace. So all of this clutter, even though I kind of set it aside in my mind, it's back there, churning away, taking away space for something else like creativity or ideas or sleep or rest. But the other thing I've done today is identify 2 elephants in the room. That is the big pecan tree and the sailboat. I'm optimistic that I can actually rehab the sailboat. I got the sail and the rudder and all that stuff. This was actually a sailboat that I found in much like this condition. I rehabbed it, made the sail, made the rudder, and was able to really have fun with it. So it's sat idle, as you can see. So I'd love to get that back in action. This pecan tree was a tree we had to take down when we put in the sewer line for our house. 150-foot tall tree, a beautiful hardwood. And I had the arborist leave me 3 long links. These are about 8 feet long. And as you can see there, it's probably about 36 to 40 inches in diameter. That's a big hunk of wood. Thankfully, he also put it off the ground on some smaller logs. Those are starting to break down, so I need to deal with this log soon. There's actually another one underneath the pile of zip in the back. My dad is actually gonna come help me saw it up. I have an Alaskan sawmill that I bought on Amazon probably 3 years ago. It is put together, but I haven't used it yet. So you're gonna see that happen first here as we take this beautiful old tree and turn it into amazing lumber that we can use. That's actually part of the reason I'll be making the solar kilns. One for my dad and one for me. All right, well, thanks for watching today. I'm really happy about everything I've gotten done. I do need to stage some of the stuff that I just tossed outside the wall, put that in its final places, and I'm gonna do that now. Whew. And then I'm gonna sleep. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.